So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Kyrie Irving has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets, and one of the biggest, most hyped up destinations that they're talking about he's going to go to is the Los Angeles Lakers. So today we're going to see what would happen if the Lakers traded for Kyrie and see what would happen at the end of the season. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So at the time of recording this video, the Lakers are 25-28, so I have their record right there in 2K, and this is the most hyped up likely trade. If they were to trade for the Nets, it would be Westbrook, the 2 first-round picks, and I also threw in Max Christie for Kyrie and Joe Harris. So we went ahead and forced that trade, pulled it off, and now looking at the Lakers roster, they got LeBron, AD, Kyrie, Thomas Bryant, Rui, Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, Reeves, and Joe Harris. So a pretty solid roster. And as you can see right here, I went ahead and simulated the rest of the season, and the Lakers end up going 43-39, and they end up getting the 7th seed, going up against the Denver Nuggets here in the play. And in this play-in game, it would be Kyrie and LeBron going back, taking it back to 2016, where they were a crazy duo, and they would go off in this playoff game up against the Denver Nuggets, obviously alongside AD doing his thing as well. And as you can see, LeBron and Kyrie would be a little bit too much for this Nuggets team. I'm not sure how the Nuggets got the 8th seed in the simulation, but that's what happened, and the Lakers end up advancing to the actual playoffs with a 21-point game from Lonnie alongside Kyrie and LeBron James, obviously. And you see here in the first round of the playoffs, we got Memphis up against the Lakers, the 2-seeded Memphis Grizzlies, and Ja going up against LeBron and the Lakers. And in this series, Ja would struggle a bit, and in game 1 it would be Kyrie from the outside and LeBron from the inside, a very dynamic duo just doing their thing. And it would be a very close game 1. As you see, it's all tied up here at 116 with 30 seconds left to go. Josh shoots it up and he misses it. He was struggling from the mid-range in this game, but Kyrie would come down and knock down this clutch shot, but Ja had a chance to win it, but he was not able to knock it down. So the Lakers would end up winning 118-116 with a 30-point game from LeBron. And then here in game 2, obviously you see the Lakers end up winning by 21, 128-107 with a 37-point game from Kyrie. And in game 3, it would be more of the same, as you see LeBron cleaning up Kyrie's mess, and the Lakers would come out with an absolutely blowout victory. LeBron and Kyrie were just way too much for the Grizzlies in game 3 as they win 144-103, an absolutely crazy game for the Lakers. And Kyrie would drop 38 in game 3, and in game 4 it would be more of the same as the Lakers win by 7, 135-128, sending Ja home and advancing to the second round of the playoffs behind a 30-point game from Kyrie. And then Kyrie and the Lakers would find themselves in the second round up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And here in game 1, we got another close one. Zion going in, getting that layup to go, and LeBron would come back and answer right back with a 2 of his own. A very back and forth game, and you see Kyrie has a chance for the win, but unfortunately for Kyrie and the Lakers, he was not able to knock it down. But this time, Joe Harris from the corner, not able to knock it down. And just like that, the Lakers would find themselves down 0-1 in the series, going down 130-125 in game 1 up against Zion and the Pelicans. And then in game 2, it would be another very tight game, as you see the Lakers are down 121-117. Brandon Ingram kicks it out and he knocks it down for 3, but with the Lakers making 2 free throws, they'd have to make another 3, and they were not able to knock it down this time. And the Lakers would end up winning after making some free throws, 125-120, tying this series all up at 1. And in game 3, it would be all LeBron. As you see, he's shooting threes. He was just lights out in game 3, coming away with a 144-126 victory. And he's even stat padding a little bit, just absolutely disrespecting the Pelicans. And the Lakers would end up winning by 21 in game 3. But Brandon Ingram in game 4 would come back and tie this series up with a masterclass performance, with the Pelicans winning 120-105 in game 4. So we got a very tight series in New Orleans. It would be CJ McCollum this time knocking down threes for the Pelicans, leading them to a 113-104 victory. But we all know game 6, LeBron is an absolutely different person. He's a different animal you have to deal with. And in game 6, LeBron would do his things and lead the Lakers to a game 6 victory, winning 103-94. So it all comes down to this, a game 7 in New Orleans. And who else to lead the way in game 7, as Kyrie is shooting that one up, knocking down a 3 in the clutch. And with a very tight game, up by 3, the Lakers would get that to go, going up by 5. And then after the Pelicans miss, that would be all she wrote as the Lakers end up winning on the road in Game 7. They survive against the Pelicans, and now they're headed to the Western Conference Finals. Zion did all he could, dropping 30, but AD, LeBron, and Kyrie were just way too much. Now here we are in the Western Conference Finals, the Dallas Mavericks up against the Los Angeles Lakers, a matchup we very well could see in real life if the Kyrie trade actually did go down. And you see in Game 1 in the simcast, the Lakers would just be a little bit too much for the Mavericks as they absolutely blow them out 147-111 in Game 1. And in Game 2, Kyrie would continue his dominance from range on the outside, just absolutely torching all of the Dallas Mavericks defenders, and the Lakers would come out with yet another win. But after this series shifted back to LA, Luka and the Mavericks would finally wake up, and they would end up winning Game 3. And alongside that, they would also win Game 4 as well with a 112-99 victory. So this series is all tied at 2, headed back to Dallas with a 42-point game from Luka. Absolutely insane. But in Game 5, unfortunately for Luka and the Mavericks, Luka would struggle, missing easy shots, and Kyrie was on one in this game as he's knocking down that shot right there. And the Lakers would end up winning this one 114-101, headed back to LA for Game 6. And you already know the story. Kyrie taking over, doing his thing, making the trade worth it for the Lakers, and they would end up winning Game 6 144-126. And just like that, the Lakers are headed back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2020. And then going into the finals, as you can see, we would have a classic finals matchup, Celtics versus Lakers. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown leading the way, but Kyrie against his old team in Boston would take over in Game 1, dropping 26 points, and with a late bucket from Jaylen Brown that really didn't matter, the Lakers would come out with a 125-116 victory in Game 1, and just like that, the Lakers are up 1-0 in this series. So a very, very good start for the Lakers. And then as you can see in Game 2, it would be a very, very tight game throughout in the simcast, but the Lakers would pull away in the fourth quarter, coming out with a 124-108 victory. And just like that, they are 2 games away from winning yet another NBA Finals. Behind a 34-point game from LeBron and a 28-point game from Kyrie. And in Game 3, it would be more of the same as you see in the simcast. The Celtics just couldn't keep up with this stacked Lakers team. As you see, they end up coming out with a 121-113 victory. And just like that, they are up 3-0 and only 1 game away from winning the NBA Finals. I honestly didn't think the sim would go like this, but it did. And in Game 4, we pretty much already know what's going to happen at this point. Kyrie and LeBron are just going to take over and do what they do and come out with a 140-113 victory. And just like that, after making a blockbuster trade for Kyrie, the Lakers come out with a victory and they win the NBA Finals for the second time with LeBron on the Lakers. And just like that, the Lakers are lifting the 2023 NBA Finals trophy. Let me know if you think this would happen in real life if they traded for Kyrie.